To our guests, Isenberg faculty, staff, parents, friends, and of course, the class of 2017. As Drake would say, we made it. It is both an honor and a privilege to be here with you today. I always thought at this point I'd be singing and dancing on stage like on Broadway. Unfortunately, I can't do either. Some of you, like myself, may be sad, nervous, scared, and also happy now that commencement has approached. The Webster definition of commencement is a beginning or start, and that's exactly what today is. Today is the day we start a new chapter in our lives. Not the chapter in our lives where our parents start kicking us out their houses and we start paying bills, but the time we become independent. These next couple of years, we will all be challenged to prove our skills and abilities in the workforce. Some of us will start up a business, hopefully something that doesn't involve feet this time. Some will switch careers, and others may go right back to school. After endless years of procrastinating, studying, coffee, lack of sleep, sweat, and tears, we had made it this far. I cannot be prouder to be part of the Isenberg class of 2017. We recently picked the slogan for Isenberg, which is "We Drive the Driven," and it couldn't be more accurate. Our wonderful faculty and staff have helped us through these wonderful but stressful 4 years of our lives. From making extra credit videos to get that A- in Kathy Laurie's Accounting 221 class, to watching Professor Mangaliso sing a South African song in Management 301. Our professors have provided us with an exceptional education. They have helped mold us into the business leaders we are today. One thing that does feel great is never having to roll into classes again. I think all of us dreaded looking at those green circles as they turn into blue boxes. Parents, that means the class was full. Students, you know what I mean. The undergraduate advising office has assisted us with choosing a major, making a transition between majors, developing an academic plan, and advancing towards graduation in a timely manner. The Chase Career Center, which I have a huge soft spot for, helped us all get that ever-important resume to near perfection. From interview prep to tears of joy of finally getting that job offer, the Chase Career Center has been one of the biggest resources that helped us get us to where we are now. Isenberg always made me feel at home because I was constantly surrounded by people who wanted the best for me. Isenberg created more than future business leader. They created a family. I cannot thank the wonderful faculty and staff enough for not only doing everything you could for me, but for all of us here at the Isenberg School of Management. Dean Fuller, you're an inspiration to us all. I have to tell you about the time I met Dean Fuller and we became, as I like to call it, homies. I was in the hallway looking for Kathy Laurie to talk about VITA, and I went to Dean Fuller and he says, "What are you doing in the hallway?" I was a little scared. Okay, he's not Brad Pitt or George Clooney, but it's the Dean of Isenberg and he's talking to me. I was a little afraid. So I told him I was looking for Kathy Laurie, and he asked me what I was involved in, what my major is. So after a little small talk, he goes like, "Would you like to take a selfie?" After that moment, Dean Fuller reached out to me and asked if I would go to an alumni event with him. From that day on, our friendship kicked off. I was asked to be a part of the senior gift committee, an Isenberg ambassador, and to do several open houses along his side. And my point isn't to brag about all the things I have done, but all the opportunities Dean Fuller has made available to students. Dean Fuller, I don't know many deans that would be like Dean Fuller and be so involved in the student community. But Dean Fuller makes it his priority to make sure that our voices are heard and that we're performing at our best. We will not only remember you for your beautiful, nice new Audi, but as a prestigious leader who also takes great selfies. A lot of people asked me before I got on stage, "Can you give me a shout out?" Unfortunately, I cannot because this is the VMAs or the MTV Awards, so I can't. One person I do have to thank, and I think all 20 of us have to, is Assistant Dean Melvin Rodriguez. Where's fourth row? Melvin, we can't thank you enough. I entered Isenberg as a freshman, part of the residential academic program called PI, Partners in Education. Sponsored by EY, the EY Partners in Education program is an exciting initiative at the Isenberg School to help promote diversity in business professions. The initiative includes students from underrepresented populations who are interested in pursuing a Bachelor of Business Administration degree. Melvin Rodriguez served as the director of this program and soon became my friend. Once a week, Melvin held classes in Isenberg, giving us advice and words of wisdom on how to be successful in Isenberg. We got the opportunity to meet business professionals, we had mentors, we had one-on-one advising with Melvin, and he bought us so much pizza, emphasis on the pizza. That's probably why I got my freshman 15. But most of all, Melvin, you were there, always there. If we needed to get into class, switch your grade, talked about how stressed we were, class schedules, anything, you were there. With that being said, thank you, Melvin. A career and job are two different things. A career is the pursuit of a lifelong ambition, whereas a job is an activity through which an individual can earn money. Some of us will go through several jobs, but I hope everyone finds a career that they love and enjoy. I hope you all choose a career where you can seek opportunities to learn more about different cultures, your expertise, and most importantly, yourself. I hope we have the opportunity to make an impact on someone's life, whether it's doing someone's taxes, selling someone a house, or even assisting someone with their finances. Ken Blanchard, a management expert and author, said, "Your role as a leader is even more important than you might imagine. You have the power to help someone become a winner." Hope all of us can help uplift each other and stay connected. Some of you have studied abroad in various countries, and I hope you continue to travel. Travel for work, family, friends, even by yourself. Continue to expand your network and make memories that will last forever. As a member of the Senior Gift Committee, it is my job to encourage all of you to give back. It is so important to give back to the community that helped you become the person you are now. This year, Dean Fuller gave us a goal to reach 50% participation, and we have achieved that. Actually surpassed that to almost 60%. This is the highest participation Isenberg has ever had, so please continue to give back. In today's world, I hope you can look past ignorance and hatred and find love in one another as you move on. We see in the news hate caused by religion, politics, discrimination, and racism. I hope you all can stand tall and stand up for what's right. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for my peers. We went from catch me at UMass to catch me at my 9 to 5. How about that? Thank you.
Thank you for your inspiring remarks, Zanani Harriet. Ladies and gentlemen, to convey the official congratulations from the Isenberg School, please join me in welcoming our extraordinarily talented and beloved Dean, Mark Fuller.
So, who won the roll call yesterday at graduation? You did! Give yourself a big hand. Now, one of the problems I have with the gown is it actually doesn't allow me to show off my Isenberg socks. This is a terrific school. You're terrific graduates. But every now and then, I think it's useful for us to look backwards and think about where we came from. Several years ago, Gene Isenberg, our namesake for the school, passed away. And I thought it would be useful for you to see just a couple minutes of a video we did about him, a short video. And we're going to cue that up now, please.
He wanted this school to be terrific. He wanted the building to be terrific. He wanted the faculty to be nationally competitive.
Gene Isenberg understood the importance of philanthropy in support of public education, public higher education, and we're very fortunate that he was our alumnus and chose to give back to his alma mater.
He was a spectacular man who was brilliant. handsome and very successful, but very caring, especially of young people who we like to help get further education.
I know myself, I paid for my own college education, and to see someone become successful and never forget where they came from and to give back in such a wonderful way that benefits students means really the world. I loved that he cared enough to come to our school to speak to a bunch of freshmen.
So we had 450 students sitting in the audience, and one of the questions that came from the audience was, what was one of the toughest situations you ever faced in business? And Gene was pretty humble about some of those answers, etc. And Ronnie from the audience actually turned and said, how about when you left Exxon and you were working 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, sometimes sleeping at the office, trying to turn around neighbors? And so Gene said, well, yeah, I guess I did do that too.
He's a model for how I want to live my life. I want to remember where I came from and the people that supported me, believed in me, and helped me along the way. And the Isenberg School of Management did that for me.
One of the very important things about the many gifts that the Isenbergs have made to both the school and the university is their effect on others.
When this institution began to build its foundation and start a professional fundraising organization, and they put Gene Isenberg as the chair of this foundation, that was the seminal moment in which this university moved from being a very good public university to making the move to being a first-class research institution.
Alumni started paying attention and saying, hey, this is something we need to do because this university is not as fully supported by the state as we all assumed it was.
Gene and the chancellor asking me to become more involved with the university was a key element of getting me off my chair and saying I owe something to this university. It prepared me for my success later on in life. And there's a very good reason why I should share some of that success by giving back to the school. I'll always be grateful for Gene for his role in that process.
Gene would say, you must find what you love to do. If you love it and you give it your all, then you will be very successful.
And I know that even after we leave these doors today, the Isenberg spirit will live on.
I actually get a little emotional whenever I see that. Some of you know the first time I met Gene in New York, the first question he asked me was, what are we ranked? That was the first question. And we had a great conversation about that. And eventually I said, I think that we can continue to grow the school and do better. And we have done better. I think Gene would be proud today because this is a very, very, very good public business school. I'm going to give you some shout outs. We have an accounting department, which is a destination of choice for the Big Four, as #1 in auditor research worldwide. We have a finance program. You can clap. We have a finance program that is doing spectacular work, a major that is surging. We're now penetrating some of the top New York firms, and we've got one of the best groups in alternative investments in the world. We've got a management department that's driving innovation in cooperation with the Berthium Center for Entrepreneurship on this campus, a top 30 public research university. We've got a marketing department, and this is actually one of my favorite stories, that sent 4 sophomores to compete nationally with a Kohl's business plan competition against juniors and seniors, and they actually won it. 220 teams. We've got an operations and information management program. We have a very enthusiastic operations and information management program that is actually doing groundbreaking stuff. We're placing 96% of those graduates out of that program, and I think is a model for other institutions nationally in this combination of technology and operations. We've got a top 5, you can give yourself a hand too. We have got one of the top 5 hospitality and tourism management programs in the nation. I saw a lot of pineapples on a lot of hats this morning walking in. And we have the best sport management program in the nation. Our MBA program, full-time program, made greater strides in U.S. news than any program in the nation. Our online MBA program is #1 in the nation by Financial Times. The part-time program, I believe, is number 14 in the nation right now. This place is rocking it. We are a very, very, very good school. But here's the deal. It's not enough. I don't want to be a very, very, very good school. I don't want to be just in the top 20 publics, arguably, or maybe top 25, depending on which ranking, or top 10 publics, top 25 overall. I want to be, and I want your degree to be iconic. Now, what does that mean? That means when somebody says they're from an institution, they don't have to explain where it is. It means if you say you went to Haas or the Ross School, people know where that is. I want you to be able to go to California, Texas, you name it, and say, I went to Isenberg, and I want that sort of name recognition. And that means that we're going to have to move this school, and this is the first time I'm saying it public, I would like us to see us in the top 5 public business schools in the nation. Top 5. And that is bold competition, folks. That is bold competition. But we are in the nation's education state. There are no finer students, and I've been around a lot, and a lot of these faculty have been around a lot. There are no finer students than we're getting right now. We are at an inflection point. And this class, I'm going to ask great things of. I need you to lead the way, because greatness and eliteness for a public business school is driven by the quality of what we do with these great faculty and staff that are here. It's driven by the quality of the students that we have in, and you're no longer in that group. And it's driven by the engagement of our alumni. Job opportunities, internship opportunities, giving back, helping this place become iconic. I want to make, and we want to make, your degree something that you can show anywhere and will be competitive with any other school in the nation in terms of getting opportunities and jobs. So I'm asking you to do this with me, to do this with us. I need a class that will take charge of this. We work with alumni on individual bases to start to bring them back, but great business schools have greatly engaged alumni. This class demonstrated with almost a 60% participation on the Senior Gift Campaign Committee this year, that we can do it. We can move that needle. I want you engaged from here on. I want you at our events. I want you to start to give back. I want you to help recruit our students. I need all of that. If we're going to be in the top 5 public business schools in the nation, we all have to step up to a new level. And I really believe we are at a magical point. I've never seen a school have this sort of impact and trajectory over such a short period of time. This is the time, folks. And this class of 2017 can be the foundation for building that. I really believe that. I love you all. Thank you so much for being a part of my life, the school's life. And go Isenberg, go UMass.
Thank you, Dean Fuller. Isenberg 2017 graduates, congratulations. While you are now leaving the university, you have a lifetime membership in our Isenberg community as you join the nearly 43,000 members of the Isenberg Alumni Network. You are driven, Isenberg graduates. While in Isenberg, you were driven to win a number of case competitions around the country. You were driven to host the largest Women of Isenberg conference to date. You were driven to donate our 7th computer center in South Africa and raise enough money to feed 250 orphans for a year. You were driven to increase participation in the senior gift drive from 35% last year to an astounding 60% this year. You were driven to move our National Business School rankings from 72 up to 33 to number 11 among the great publics in the United States to the number 1 public in the Northeast. And you were driven to become the highest achieving graduating class in the history of Isenberg. The most important question you can ask yourself today and for the rest of your life is, where will your drive take you? And whose lives will you enrich along the way? Create joyful moments and elevate yourself by elevating others. And remember, this is your Isenberg class of 2017, so make no mistake, we are building that new edition for you too, and we'll be waiting for your return as proud alumni. And finally, parents, we thank you for entrusting your sons and daughters to us. It has been most enjoyable. Thank you. At this time, may I ask the banner carrier to please lead the platform party and faculty out of the arena. And while the platform party, and especially our faculty, are leaving the arena, let's give them a final round of applause for their enormous contribution to your academic career.